This is Hannibal here from thehannibaltv.com with a daily combat sports news update. UFC 306 last night from the Spear in Las Vegas had the biggest combat sports gate of all time. Boxing, wrestling, MMA, beat them all. 22 million in one night at the 15,000 seat Spear in Las Vegas, which is an amazing arena. I've watched many clips from this show, and like the things that you can do at this arena are amazing. The production of this was the best production I've ever seen for anything combat sports related. Dana White had said he will never go back to the Spear. I don't know why you would say that. I know that he said that the show cost 20 million to produce, but people loved it, and people are already saying it's probably going to win awards for how good and cool it looked. And I mean, just looking at it made, like, I don't even really like UFC enough to ever want to go to a show. I like the highlights and stuff, and I follow it here and there, but I don't want to sit through 16 MMA matches unless they give me a free press pass or something. But looking at the production, I mean, I think I would have actually liked that show. Sean O'Malley lost his welterweight title on the show. That was the big news from that one. As far as will WWE or AEW ever run the building, apparently the building costs a lot to rent. I'm sure WWE will rent it for something eventually, but you'd have to charge extremely high ticket prices. I think at one point it was like 3,600 as the average ticket price to get into this. I don't know if you could get 15,000 people paying that on average for WWE, AEW. I mean, they have a hard time getting 2,000 anywhere these days. Which, by the way, the AEW pre-sale for Brisbane, Australia, is not good according to reports. They rented a whole arena there. Dave Meltzer confirmed that the reason why the second NXT CW taping has been moved from Randy Orton's hometown of St. Louis to Chesterfield, Missouri, from a 20,000 seat arena to a 3,000 seat arena is because tickets just weren't moving. And rather than having 2,000 people in a 20,000 seat arena like AEW does, they're going to put probably 2,300 ish in the 3,000 seat arena and have it look really good. That's how WWE likes to save money. Rey and Dominic Mysterio were at the UFC show last night. Apparently, when Rey was shown to the crowd, he got a big reaction. Not much for Dominic. I don't know if many people outside of WWE know who Dominic is. Apparently, the Survivor Series coming up in Vancouver sold 15,000 plus the first day of sales. It's going to be set up for about 18,000. So it's bound to sell out. Vancouver's a hot wrestling city right now, and that'll be the biggest pay per view they've ever had there. But I'm actually surprised it didn't sell out the first day. But apparently, tickets are expensive. Apparently, the all-out final ticket count was 8,660, according to WrestleTicket. You could fit 12,000 in the Now Arena in Chicago. That includes comps. Apparently, Randy Orton was asked to do the Vice documentary about Vince McMahon that's coming out later this month, but he refused. And finally, I just have to say, I listened to Wrestling Observer Radio today with Dave Meltzer, and it came up because they were talking. I guess AEW recently created the plastic bag over the head in a match that Terry Funk had done before in the NWA, and Dave Meltzer was saying that in some of his final talks with Terry Funk, that Terry didn't really watch wrestling anymore, although he said that. Apparently, Terry Funk liked Kenny Omega and Okada, according to Dave Meltzer. I can tell you that I talked to Terry within 2 years of his death. I put a interview clip from the last talk I ever actually had with him. It was longer than this clip he had where he was trying to. He really liked me as a wrestler, believe it or not. And Dave Meltzer even said in this when he's talking today, he said Terry Funk thought that the wrestling business needed a Johnny Valentine believable type wrestler. I have a believable wrestling style. For whatever reason, Terry Funk liked me. He tried to help me numerous times get signed, but they're not looking for believable wrestlers anymore. It's there's some like Brock Lesnar, but as far as what Dave Meltzer was saying was that Terry Funk did not watch wrestling towards the end of his life. His life, no, he didn't. Before he went into the retirement home, I would check in with him periodically. He would ask me what's going on, but he did not watch it. And he did feel that he really didn't like the kayfabe was broken. Um, anyways, I'm just saying that I did talk to him, and that was the feeling he expressed to me. He did not like there was no more kayfabe. He didn't like that there's no more believability in wrestling. He never told me about Kenny Omega. Never told me about Okada. Not saying that he may not have. He may have put them over to Meltzer. I'm not saying that that's false, but yeah, I will concur with Meltzer that he didn't watch it.